So if you're 25 years and above, please lend me your ears, because we cannot get to a place where at this point in our lives, you're still literal when it comes to things. You should not wait for people to spell out things for you. I don't want you. I am disinterested. I am no longer in love with you. I want out. It is over. You don't have to get to a place where you have to sit around and say, you have to tell me. Everything has to be spelled out for you. That is why you need to read between the lines. There's a reason why when we went to school, we studied literature. And it wasn't just so we can have a checklist of just the subjects that we the others. Either man will ghost you. One of two things will happen. Either they'll ghost you because most of the time men do not have it in them. They don't have the audacity. Men are nice, and especially to women. Even the bad ones, the violent ones, they're nice to women. They like to be very nice and polite when dealing with us. So instead of them coming to tell you that I don't like ABCD about you and I could not be bothered to deal with you from this place going forward, they ghost. They just disappear. You said something, you did something that irked them, that did not sit well with them, they disappear. Or they got what they wanted. This person was on a mission. Either they got what they wanted, you gave it to them, they ghost. Or you did not give it to them, they disappear. And so you sat there and you're wondering, what could have happened? Why hasn't this person talked to me? Why hasn't this person given me closure? For what? Read between the lines. You have to get to a place where you read between the lines. And also, as a young person, you have to be very comfortable with rejection. Sit with yourself and say, it is okay to be rejected. You have been rejected. This person clearly has not given you reasons as to why they have rejected you, and they are being... You have to get to a place where you are proactive in life, not reactive. Because people will have you react to things. And you have to sit with yourself and understand that you are a good person, but not everybody thinks that way. And especially if you've done the work on yourself, because sometimes it's also being delusional to sit and think, I'm a good person, I'm a kind person. But why is it that everybody who comes into your space just leaves? Perhaps you're the one who's unpleasant. How about you go and work on that? But that's besides the point. Let's go back. Sometimes men can ghost. And it is an effort in futility for you to sit around waiting for someone who ghosted you to come and give you closure. You give yourself closure. You owe yourself fair treatment. And sometimes it is just with sitting with yourself and say, this person did not want me. I was not their cup of tea. We move forward. There are 8.5, if not 9 now, billion people on the planet. The world is yet to experience your brilliance. There are so many people out there who would pay. Okay, not pay, that didn't come off well, but there's so many people out there who are waiting to experience you, to experience your brilliance. Even in relationship setups, have this abundance mindset. 1, 2, the second thing is most of the time people would not, most men don't dump because they leave the chances open. So that the time they want to come for your free labor, they can just come in and have access to it. Or the time that they would want to come back for SEX, because they did not close that door, they did not burn those bridges, they did not cut the cord, it becomes very easy for them to come back and be like, oh, you know, stuff happened and I was in a phase and this thing happened and you know, you were this and I was that. And so I disappeared, but I'm back. And so you have to get to a place where you're so mature to read into people's actions and not be easily swayed by words. I know that we're emotional and I know that we fall deeply and madly and we lose ourselves in the hands of good words and sweet nothings. But you have to read people's actions. You have to get to a place where you put your emotions aside and become logical and look at people's actions. People's actions should speak louder than their words. I am a communication expert and I would tell you this: do not focus a lot on what people are saying. Focus on what they are not saying. And what they are not saying, they will say them in their actions. It will be in their faces. Someone can tell you, I love you, with a smirk on their face. What they said, what they meant was not in the words, was on the look on their faces, what they did not say. And if someone has been in and out, and then they just come and say, but you know, I love you, in and out of your thing, showing up today and then string you along for a week, for 2 days, for a month, and then disappear and then come back. You can tell that I'm a bit agitated because as a 25-year-old, you have to come to a place where over and above, because at this time, this part of your brain has developed. You can handle truth. And you need to get to a place where you're very analytical. And critical thinking should be your forte. I guess I've said enough. Don't be literal. Don't expect people to spell out words for you. Sometimes look at situations and people's actions and decipher what those actions mean, and then act accordingly. Cheers.